Hi, this is Adam Wolf, physical therapist with Real PT in Chicago. One of the things that I notice in a lot of the people I work with is that many of them sit at their desk, and many of them, I believe, have pain as a result of the behavior of sitting for long periods of time. When we think about where people are sitting, there's sort of predictable areas that are going to get tight, and so I found it valuable to teach those that I work with a couple of movements just to sort of get them moving a little better with the thought process that motion is lotion. And so I want to share with you 3 or 4 things that I like to do with the people I work with to help them while they're at their desk during the workday. The first one that I like to have them do is sort of while they're sitting at their desk. A is just to take breaks. I recommend that, kind of the way that I tell people is that if you get a lot of emails, every time you get an email, if you get a lot of phone calls, if you get whatever happens a lot in your day, link it with the task that you're going to do to that activity. Meaning if you get a phone call, every time you get a phone call, take an opportunity and do a stretch or do a movement or steal time in your day, because we're all busy and oftentimes lose track of time and then don't have enough time to do the stretches that are asked. So the first one that I like to do for people roughly every 15, 20 minutes, certainly at once every 15 or 30 minutes, is to push back from their desk. If they're working here at their computer, they're going to push back in sort of one of 2 ways depending on their tightness. I like to sort of have them take a prayer position at their desk. First, I'm going to have them scoot to the front of their chair that they're on. And then from there, keeping their chest long and their spine long, they're going to wheel away and they're going to drop their head down in between, sort of towards the ground, trying to think about pushing their heart towards the ground. So as I do this, I feel a nice stretch right into here. This isn't always feasible or a good position for people to get in. They don't have the motion or whatnot. And so the regression is putting their hands on the desk or the table or whatnot, or the wall. You can do this against as well, and sort of get into this position. So I think about trying to be with your thumbs about touching like goalpost your hands. So kind of getting into this position, same concept, trying to push my heart forward and lengthen. So I'm getting a nice lengthening into this area right here, which I think is really important for people. So that's probably the first one that I would have people work on. The second activity that I would have people work on sitting in their desk or at their chair is to sit up a little bit, and sort of two-part right here. The first one is to get sort of what I call just a butt stretch. What everybody knows as a piriformis stretch, which either way, you're going to sit really tall. What I want people to do is sit long and make sure that their weight is evenly distributed left to right. They're going to cross their left ankle over their right knee sitting tall. I want their spine to be long. A lot of times people will sort of be in this position. So I want you to think about sitting long, weight even left to right, weight even front to back with the spine long. And then I'm just going to have you think about hovering your belly button forward over your shin, trying to lean forward from your spine at your hips rather than dumping into your back, which is where people typically get this from. So keeping long, you're feeling the stretch sort of in my left butt right now as I was in this position. And I like people to hold this for 30 seconds to a minute at least, trying to breathe and again steal time in your day. So when you get that phone call, you could be in this position when you're on your phone call or when you're in your meeting, and you can sort of steal time in your day. So part 2 to this second exercise or stretch for your butt is to bring your leg out in front of you. And now we're going to stretch what are known as your hamstring, these muscles on the back of your leg. Sitting tall again, spine long. I'm going to just hover my belly button forward. I'm not bending into my low back here, okay? I'm keeping long, and I'm thinking about hinging here at my hips and keeping my spine long as I feel the stretch down in the back of my leg. And this is a good position just to sort of be in. I think about not wanting to move in my spine. A lot of times when people try to steal stretches and get a little further, they tend to move in their spine, and that's not what I want. So being in this position, again, steal time in your day. You could put your foot up on the desk or on the chair or whatnot if you want to get it a little bit long, but stretching that back side I find to be really valuable. So those are 2 that I like. Another one that I like is just to stand up in your day. Make sure you move around. Maybe we put a foot forward and get into this position where we're feeling stretching through our day. I love the idea of people being able to lift their desks and have standing desks. And one of the things that I have in my workstation at home is like a hospital bedside table that I can sort of wheel around and pull up and down to be sitting or standing and get various positions to look at, because I lose track of time and get bored easily. So standing up though and being able to work in a position, maybe my feet are wide, I can start to wiggle my hips around as I'm typing in these positions, or I can just start to stretch my hips in different ways. Okay, and stretching the front of my body, I can lengthen out my body. I love walls as well. Okay, and so if I come up to the wall here, any of the ones that I just did, I can get into these positions again. I love walls, so I can push in and start to reach around and move through my body in different positions along the wall. So just various ways. The object obviously is to move through your day and get up often and don't be in any one position. That's what's going to help you the most. But setting a timer or stealing time in your day, doing a few of these movements I think will probably help you. And if not, check out our website at realmovementpt.com for more information on what you can do.